I'm back with another little quick tutorial of crow pose. So for crow pose, I like to plant my hands about shoulder width distance, as always grounding down to the four corners of your hands, your pointer finger base knuckle, that thumb base knuckle, that pinky finger, and then really pressing the tops or the bottom of your wrist down, gripping the mat with your fingertips. You're going to bring your toes together to touch. You want to stay in this little ball nugget shape. Plant your palms out in front of you. You're going to bring your elbows out wide, wrap your triceps in and back. So elbow tips are going to face the back of the mat. You're going to create this shelf with your triceps. There are a few ways to do crow. One way is bringing your knees high up into your armpits. Another way is to stack your knees on top of your elbows or finding a place in between. If you're going to bring your knees up high into your elbows, this is going to make it a little bit harder if you want to transition into, let's say, single-legged crow or jumping it back. It is a little bit more, I guess, advanced in a way, but you have more options if your knees are down lower, and you can play with the different versions of crow. You want to start with your belly onto your thighs, creating this compression already. So planting your palms out in front of you about shoulder width distance, elbow tips out wide, and then wrap them in and back. Feel the pressure into your hands. Maybe you can even start to shift your weight forward. Shoulders are gonna come a little bit past your wrist creases. Once you have this tricep wrap, bringing your toes together to touch, the thighs are onto your belly. You can bring your knees onto the backs of your elbows. Start to shift your weight forward. Keep your triceps wrapping in. Push the mat away. Puff up through the back of the heart and feel like you're almost squeezing your hands in towards each other to activate your pecs. Shift your weight forward. Maybe one heel pulls in towards your glutes. Maybe you lower that foot down. Then the other heel can pull in towards your glute. Driving your heels in towards your glutes or your butt is really going to help create this stability and lifting your hips up. If your hips start up high, they'll stay up higher. If they're starting low, it's going to be harder to get your hips up higher. So planting your palms, gripping the mat with your fingertips, elbow tips out wide, and then wrap them in and back. Bring your knees to the backs of your elbows. Shift the weight forward. Feel the pressure in your hands. Push out through your hands. Puff up to the back of the heart. Pull one heel in. Maybe you shift forward and pull the other heel in. Keep pushing the mat away. Heels in towards your glutes and puff it up. Lower your feet down. Shake out your hands. I'll show you just a few more other variations. So planting your palms down, shoulder width distance, elbow tips wrap in and back. You can come up high into your tippy toes to start. This I'm going to put my knees in towards my armpits. This can be a little bit more challenging, and starting here you can start to pull your heels in towards your glutes. You can take this into a crane variation where you start to straighten out your hands. This is a lot on the wrists. You can lower it back down and lower your toes. The last variation can be a single leg crow, planting your palms out in front of you, shoulder width distance, elbow tips out wide, wrap them in and back, push them out away with your hands. I'm going to start with my knees onto my elbows, creating that stacking of the joints. That way it'll be easier to move. So once my knees are on the backs of my elbows, I'm going to shift my weight forward, push the mat away, puff up to the back of the heart, pull my heels in towards my glutes. I'm going to shift my weight into my right elbow and pull my left knee in towards my chest. Then maybe you can extend it up and back, extend it out, pull it in, and step it down and lower. Whew, hopefully that'll give you some little ideas and ways to play with your crow. Thank you for joining me.